What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. 23 plus truck for you right there. But what we're going to be doing today is putting a truck together that does not have the upfitter switches. If you guys have a Super Duty that you ordered or bought brand new that did not come with upfitter switches, or bought used that did not have them, this is going to be the video for you, and we're going to show you how to put them in, just like we did on the 11 through 16, the 17 through 22, and now you're 23 to current. All right, guys, let's go. All right, everybody, thanks so much for coming back and checking this out. Upfitter switch relay box going right there. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe right down below. I have some parts for you guys. Check this out. Here is the infamous upfitter relay switch box going right to the battery junction box, or now the BCMC. Why can't they just call it one thing and keep it the same acronym like they have for the last 30 years? We have the console, new switches. Make sure to order the correct one, because there are many different ones that you can get, which, by the way, you can all order these at limitlessautoworksllc.com so that you can get the correct parts that you need for your truck. All right, so we have a harness. This is going down the A-pillar, and that means we're gonna have to take the A-pillar off this truck right here. All right, I want you guys to get a little pick. There it is. Get you a 90-degree pick. Oh, crammed. And I want you to go right for that little hole right there. And you get your pick in there in the correct fashion, and then you're able to pop that trim piece right out like this. Get you a 10 milli. We're gonna 10 milli that bolt out, and we'll put that bolt right there, and we have one more right here. Don't forget your tweeter connector. As soon as you pull this out like this, you're gonna have this connector right here. You see that button? I'm gonna do a push and a pull at the same time. Not as easy to go back in, I will tell you that. All right, once you get the A-pillar off, there is the connector you're going for right there. This little guy. Let's see if we can get it out with one plug. I don't know. Oh, I did have it. Let me take it out of this thing. There we go. Did I get it all the way? Felt like I had the little tab. No? Come on. I know where the button's at. I heard it click back in. Oh, I did get it. Okay. Right here. See where my middle finger's at? Let me show you. There's a button right there. So I was kind of doing one of these and pulling at the same time. So that's the wiring that we're going for and that you're replacing. This has got to come out because we're not using this anymore, but it's got the path of where this is going to be running. All right. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to remove this driver's sun visor, and we have a little plastic trim piece, and I'll show you how to go after that. Get your flat blade, PTT, A-rod, screwdriver, found on our website, rainmanauto.com. Get it, buy it, have it. Find the little lip and pop that side and pop that side, and you'll see the teeth right here. Once you get that down, we got a 7, and we have a 7 right there. All right, 7 milli. 7 milli. 7 milli. There we go. I knew it was going to come out. All right, I'll just put that down by the rest of its friends. All right, we're holding it with the pinky, right hand. Ooh, that one wasn't really tight. Okay. Put that with its friends. Now, you're gonna pull this thing out, fold it down a little bit, and it's got like a foot that has to go up in the metal, you see? So you gotta, some of these are lighted and we'll have an electrical connector coming through there. So just be aware. All right, now we're getting closer. We're gonna have to pull the mirror down a little bit. This right here, we're gonna have to pull this thing down. I don't know how I'm gonna show you this. It's gonna kind of come on the sides right here and pull down. Just a couple of clips. All right, and here's that coaxial cable I was telling you guys about. Here it is right here. This wasn't on the previous models. We got that little button right there, and go ahead and pull it off just like that. I think I'll have enough slack to get what I need to get undone through the headliner, but let's go ahead and pull these ones down. Now you may be wondering why we have this one. This customer already bought these thinking that the wiring was going to be on the inside and realized that it wasn't, but when he bought it, got the Vista one. So we're actually going to be using his switch panel because it's got the chrome trim and everything. But we're gonna have to take this down and put in the correct wiring. So just disregard that this has already the switches in here. All right, I'm gonna show you the one that I have so you know where the switches and the clips are. So if we have this in here like this, we have a metal clip here, and then 2 metal clips here, and we got 2 feet where it goes in and then goes up. So don't don't pull this down and then break these little feet off. So, we're gonna pull on the sides here and try to pull this whole piece down and then pull it out and then disconnect this right here. All right, let's be as less intrusive as we can. Now, the previous ones were super hard to get out. So we have this connector here, we have this here, and we have this connector right here. All right, so this is what he had. Had to move the proximity sensors over. You can see these right here. That's what this little like RC looking connector went to. All right, so that's the switches, and here's the connector he didn't have. So we're gonna set these aside, and now I think what I'm gonna do is possibly come over here to the passenger side because I can't see this way. Come with me into the bowels of the headliner. You guys ain't gonna get any more closer shot than this. Can you dig? Uncle, can you dig? See that hook right there? We're gonna pop this hook so we can slide this little tantalizing tenderoni out of there. There we go. And then it looks as though there is a connector of such right here. Connector, let's hit the button. Oh yeah, we got it. All right, that connector. All right, you see this harness is starting to get separated. Gotta keep it separated. All right, where is the camera? Camera malfunction. No, camera malfunction. All right, I'll get this stuff like there, coming out the front. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then, is it true that we have just one trim clip right there? It is. It is true, right there. One little trim clip, little tiny guy, a little shallow guy, shallow Hal coming at you. All right, so finally, the harness is out. Let's put this on the ground and see exactly what we have and what we don't have. Okay, so this went to the front of the console. This went to the connector in the headliner. This went to the proximity sensors, that little RC connector. Here is the coaxial for the camera, and then that connector all the way down in the A-pillar. Here's the new one. Check it out. A-pillar connectors, camera, little RC connector, headliner connector, front of the console, and then guess what? Look at that other leg. That's going right to the upfitter switches. And if you look on the back side of your switch panel, check it out. That's where you're going to be plugging it in. Right there. That's it. So that is what we do not have inside the truck. So I'm going to get prepared, get this lined up, and probably put just this one in right here. This is probably what you guys should put in so you can have it dangling from the headliner area, and then just work this thing back in the truck. Okay, trim clip, shallow Hal going in. Come on, shallow Hal. There we go. Well, since we're here, we might as well make this true. I like it. You know, for all the repairs that, you know, I have done over the years, I have to say, I absolutely love adding this stuff onto your guys' trucks that didn't come with it from the factory. You know, this is all Ford stuff. This is how it's supposed to be. You know, it looks like it's supposed to. It's factory, and it fits exactly how it's supposed to go. So let's go above the headliner. I'm gonna stick my hand up there. I can feel the channel that it kind of separated out of. All right, let me go to the passenger side. Now, how many of you guys have these trucks that don't have the upfitter switches? I've talked to a lot of guys, oh, I'm not gonna hook anything up to them. And then I have a lot of guys that I've done this add-on for you know, quite a few people, and people are using the upfitter switches all the time. My personal truck, I have every one of them used because I have pretty much every one of Limitless's items, which again, you can get all these components that we're installing from limitlessautoworksllc.com. But the importance of having the ability to have switches, I think, is far exceeds not having switches, because anyone with a truck is going to be putting lights or a radio or some sort of electronics. Like, every truck that comes in has some sort of electronic gizmo or something added on into the back seat, cooler, real little refrigerator. Come on, guys. Like, you know you do. I digress. We're gonna leave the camera connector out. We're gonna pull this guy through like that. Leave the camera one, the coaxial. Leave the coaxial out. I don't want to get that pinched. There we go, that's where that was sitting. All right, here is this connector that we disconnected right here. You can articulate this in. Sorry about this background noise, guys. This is hopefully short-lived, just a little while, for just a little while longer. All right, we need to clip Johnny clip back in. There we go. I like it. This stays here. And then we just have these connectors right here. That's going there. I guess we could, if we wanted, to just plug this lad in like this. And this is a coaxial, so try to make sure you're going to be perpendicular with putting this on, and that's what I'm trying to do, and it's not working out. All right, here we go. There we go. Clips on the bottom, clipped in. That looks good. That's ran in this little channel. I can feel it. All right, this one here, yep, in its little channel. Oh yeah, I like it, I like it. All right, I think I'm gonna go back over to the driver's side. All right, we're gonna put his switches back in. We have, let's do the little RC connector because he's a little cute RC connector. Let's see which way does that go? This way? Dang, I'm gonna have to get my RC cars back out. It's been a minute. E-Revo. That's right, baby. All right, we have, I keep hitting this sunglass holder door. All right, we'll put this guy back on, clipped on, and then I am going to have to assume this is gonna go, where is that gonna go? If I were to be a clip, where would I clip that? All right, upfitter switches. Clipped in. And this guy, oh, maybe this is clipping to here. Aha, aha! I found it. Clip it on the plastiques. Actually, we'll do that last. We'll plug in the front connector here for the console. All right, we're in. I got those little feet there in. This little connector. This little guy, I'm gonna clip on right. Clip on right there. Feet are in. And we are pushed in. Okay, so really what's holding this up is the visor. Now don't forget, if you had electrical cable or wire, that's gonna go in there. I'll get my screw ready. Going for the driver's side. Sun visor. Following the witness mark right here on the headliner. All right. Kind of fold it up out of the way. Kind of hold itself. Get this 7 milli. 7 milli that boy in. And you got your, get your trim. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then this one right here, just kind of match up, find the hole. First I gotta find the screw. Get my noggin out of the way. There it is. Okay. All right. So we got everything back on. Trim, we got this black piece right here. And that sensor hole, align the clips, pop it in, readjust the mirror. Wire for the mirrors through that hole. All right, I like it, I like it. I guess now let's put the A-pillar back on. All right, this is what I was talking about right here. You get your feet in there, and they don't leave you a whole hell of a lot of room to get this thing situated in here. See, I'm getting underneath that. Let's put this in here. Come on. All right, let's see. See? Oh no, I wanted to fall. I'm getting this now. You turd. You frickin' turd. All right. I'm taking you guys along. Oh, let's go through the window. Da, 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 da. There we go. That was easier. All right, engage your feet. Feet engaged. And you're gonna just kind of wiggle that thing back down in here. Popped in there. Make sure your trim's back on. Let's switch over to the 10 mils and not strip out the hole in the A-pillar. And this one, right. Oh, there it is. Would you look at that? Just look at that. All right, 10 mil on Titan. Or not. Okay, 10 milli. They're installed. Trim piece, trimming. These ones can be kind of a pain in the butt here because it's real soft, and if you use a real sharp like trim tool or pick, you'll kind of mar up the hole. Last piece, the last piece. Come with me, last piece. In fact, we're gonna need one more piece right here. You guys are gonna have to find a 10 mil nut. I need a 10 mil, oh yes, one right here. That's a 10 mil nut. 10 mil nut, because we're gonna have to secure this to the battery junction box, or like I said, now the BCMB. So nut and harness. All right, here is your repair area. Let me move this light. We have the tabs on which the fuse box is sitting. We have the stud that the B plus is going to, and then I'm going to point to the connector, but you guys take the battery junction box cover off. We have this connector right here. We have to fish it out so that it's between here. So I'm gonna try to do that right now, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to show you that. It's loose, I can feel it moving around. It's just whether or not I'm gonna be able to snake it. Where are you at?
Where you at, little guy?
I wonder if I could get a pick to hook it. Get this guy? Nope, not long enough. How about we get a long pick? Get one with the hook. Ah, give me my hook. That's what my dad would call a seatbelt. Ah, give me my hook. All right, there's what I'm pulling on. We need that connector up, or actually on this side right here. It's probably got one of those twangs. Yep, sure does. That twang is on the dummy plug. Let me see if I can get this thing out of here. Woohoo! Got it. I think. They don't give you a lot of slack, man. Let's see if we can turn this thing around. Wow. They definitely don't give you a lot of slack. All I want to do is turn it around to see the button to depress. Ooh, am I gonna have to use the old right hand? Can't even hit the button. Holy for holies. It was tight, but I got it. I had to use two hands, but I went right down through here and depressed the button on the connector, and then used my other hand to come down here and pull the plug out. Okay, so yeah, it kind of sucked, but I got it out. All right, so here's the relay box. Here's the bundle in which you're gonna hook all your stuff up. So this has got to sit in here like this, because those are what is going to engage these two things right here. So again, they don't leave you a whole hell of a lot. So I'm gonna try to work this in here. All right, I'm not gonna fool you guys. I just struggled with this for like 10 minutes trying to get this connector to seat. I mean, like my hands are just, I wound up having to take the air cleaner out and try to go underneath like this, and man, this was really, I don't understand what was going on. Like, I'm kind of speechless right now. It's a freaking connector. It just did not want to go together, but I got it. Holy mackerel. So now that that's done, Jiminy Cricks. All right, get this light out of here. This truck's got some extra amp wiring for the steps in here. All right, where is the B+? Seems as though I'm losing it. There it is. All right, we're going down on this 200. All right, I need both hands. All right, 10 milli time. 10 milli, put it on that 200 amp circuit breaker. 10 milli. 10 milli. 10 milli on the gun. We're getting silly with the 10 milli. All right, that is cinched down. Now make note that those two little fingers right there are supposed to be, you know, in its little grooved channel. All right, so that is on. So that is on. I guess now we'll go ahead and instruct you to put the BCMB cover back on. Gauge those back ones, front ones. All right, cover's back on. Maybe I'll let him put this where he wants it, but the only thing about these amp boxes is the shit just kind of, it was zip tied right here. I just don't know how I feel about that. I don't know, if you guys got amp research running boards, what are you guys doing with this malarkey of a module? Maybe something like this? Yeah, maybe I'll fasten it like that. I don't like that. Let me redo that. Filter going back in. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Let me get this all hooked back up, plug the mass airflow sensor in, and then we're gonna key up just to make sure everything works. And then we'll turn the switches on. All right, everything is buttoned up, amping, and the little box that we just installed. Okay, so now we need to go and turn the key on and verify that all of our switches light up. We did not change the relay to, I did not change the relay or the fuse position to make the 5 and 6 hot at all times. But what I will say is the switches are lit up with the blue color. None of them are gonna light up orange because they're not on. All right, key on. Get the wipers. Switches. 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 They are working on a truck that did not come with them from the factory. Gonna do some programming. Is this gonna work? Ooh, it didn't come with it, but is it? Because it might be programmed? I don't know what you guys think about this. 23 plus, get them while they're hot. If you guys need to get some upfitter switch parts, check out limitlessautoworksllc.com. Get your wiring, get your fuse box, and your overhead console. The overhead console is going to be the majority of the price of this repair, depending on your trim level and the configurations in which your truck was built with. I appreciate you guys are watching. Tell me what you think about this install, and if that is something you do not want to do like this customer did, come and see me here in the Detroit area and I can get you taken care of ASAP. I appreciate you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, sub, share, and center console, overhead console is coming at you.